Okay, welcome to Meditation for Anxiety. If you'd like to jump straight into the meditation, you can start with that. You can check the timestamps below. But this explanation can actually be very helpful itself to lower anxiety as well. And the reason why is because anxiety is actually fear. It is our body not feeling safe. And we have more fear of the things that we don't understand. So if we understand something, if we understand what's going on in our body and mind, we will inherently be less afraid of it. This is why self-understanding, specifically understanding our body, our mind, our lives, it's going to help to orient us and bring understanding to our experience, which is definitely going to help to lower the anxiety. Anxiety, like I said, is our body not feeling safe. It's your body mobilizing energy to be alert and ready for a threat. The problem, of course, is that our body gets stuck in this state of anxiety and we don't know how to come back out of it to a state of safety or rest and relaxation. So there are many types of fears that may be causing our anxiety, and I'm just going to go into a few of them here just briefly, but I will definitely explore these in more depth in future videos, so subscribe if that interests you. We can talk about one of the big ones that affects many people I encounter, are social fears. Fears of abandonment, that we will be rejected, that we will not be liked. And the reason why these fears weigh so heavy is that being liked and accepted by others used to be essential to our survival. The vast majority of human history, we lived in tribes. And in a tribe, it was completely essential that you were accepted and liked by the tribe. If for some reason you were rejected by the tribe, that basically meant death, because you would not have had the resources to survive in the world on your own. You were really dependent on the tribe for food, for shelter, and just in general, a sense of community and belonging. And now this need to belong to a group has become, sort of perverted and exploited. A lot of the addiction to social media is very much rooted in us having this need for validation and to feel like we are an accepted member of a social group. And we also really used to depend on community to take care of us when things weren't going well in life. Take care of us emotionally, but also take care of us in a very practical way. Like if we fell ill or got badly injured, we could count on our community to take care of us. But now many of us don't feel like we have a safety net. We feel like if we get injured or fall ill or lose our job, we might not have people to take care of us. That we might really be out on the streets alone. So not having that social safety net makes the stakes feel much higher in life. Failure can seem all that much more scary, and this can of course lead to a lot more anxiety. So another form of anxiety is financial anxiety. And this is, of course, for the reasons just mentioned, that we really feel like we have to take care of ourselves. If we don't have like a well-off family to take care of us, which, most of us don't, then we basically feel like we're on our own. And our only real security is our finances. And if there's a problem with our finances, if we don't feel like we have enough money to take care of ourselves, then that's very likely going to be a cause of anxiety. We may have anxiety around our physical safety if we live in an environment that we don't feel physically safe in, or if we have had experiences in the past where we have been physically harmed. That can absolutely be a big cause of anxiety. We can have anxiety around our emotional well-being, whether being emotionally taken care of, having people there for us, or if we had difficult emotional experiences in the past that were overwhelming, we may have anxiety around that, around processing the repressed emotions that we have, but also the fear that these things may happen again, that we may have to go through more emotionally difficult experiences in the future. And then another big source of anxiety for people is existential anxiety. Just a not knowing what life is about, or feeling like we're not living up to our potential, or feeling we're not living our real purpose in life. Just a general feeling of not being truly aligned with our deepest sense of self or deepest values. The fear of wasting our lives, of not making the best of our lives, or just in general, the fear of the mystery of death. So these are the big themes I see causing anxiety, but there could be other things. And the reason I go into these is because the better we understand the root cause of our anxiety, the better we can learn to validate that experience, which in itself is comforting, but also we can be reassuring, or we can seek out resources to specifically address these fears. So meditation is a great way of working with anxiety because it's just the practice of being okay with whatever's happening right now. Now, there are many forms of meditation. Many are focused on concentration. But if you're a regular here, you'll know that I emphasize a different type of meditation, which is essentially just bringing our experience into more awareness and then validating our experience and just learning to be more okay with it. Being present with our experience and validating it is so incredibly powerful because our feelings, including anxiety, is our body trying to communicate with us. Feelings are always sending a message, and if we ignore that message, if we try to repress it, if we're not listening to it, it often just yells. It becomes louder in an effort to get our attention. So by just calmly being with our experience, by tuning in and validating what's happening, by bringing our feelings more into clarity and listening to their message, even if we don't do anything about it, just by listening, that helps to make our body feel heard and helps to soothe and calm our nervous system. So that's going to be the first step of today's practice. And then the second step is going to be looking for exactly where we're experiencing the anxiety and doing a visualization practice to bring more compassionate and expansive awareness to this point of anxiety. Tension and anxiety, you can of course feel like they're contractions in the body, and rest and relaxation is more of an expansion in the body. So we're actively doing this meditation, this visualization process to bring about a more expansive experience that when practiced regularly can profoundly impact our levels of anxiety. It can very much bring a lot more rest and ease to our being. Okay, with all that being said, we're going to jump right into the practice. So start by finding a comfortable seat. If you're not used to sitting meditation posture, you may want some back support, or you can even do this practice lying down so long as you're not too sleepy. So close your eyes if that's comfortable, and just notice where you're feeling the anxiety first. And we're just bringing into awareness the sensations of anxiety in our body, where they're located. What the vibratory patterns or texture feels like. And just trying to be really clear with the sensations. And of course, when we bring attention to any part, it may feel like it gets bigger, and that's okay. As long as it's not overwhelming, just stay with the feelings. If at any time the feelings do become overwhelming, just step back, stop the meditation, and do whatever feels comforting for you. Do whatever you'd normally do to help lower your anxiety. But so long as you can be with the experience, be present, and it's not overwhelming, that's the key here. To just be with the sensations of anxiety. And if they're happening somewhere in your body, usually chest or abdomen or stomach, just put a hand there. You can use both hands if that's comfortable. And just connecting to the feeling. And just wondering what its message is. What is the underlying fear of this anxiety? And just seeing what comes up. Try not to judge, but just being curious. What are the fears in your body? What is your body afraid of? And it's okay if nothing clear is coming. It may take time for an answer to come. But just stay with the feeling. Validate that it's okay that you're feeling anxiety. It's okay that there's some fear in your body. You can just be with it and feel it right now. You're just doing your best to relax and slow down. If the anxiety level's lower, that's great. If not, that's also totally fine. We're not trying to force anything. You're not trying to force yourself to relax. But just if you're able to slow down, allow yourself to. Allow your breath to naturally slow down. Allow your thoughts to naturally slow down. And just still being present with whatever feelings are happening in the body. And we're going to look for where the anxiety in the body feels centered. Where does the anxiety feel like it's emanating from? And just bring your awareness into this space, gently focusing on it. Again, not trying to change it, but just curiously looking at the sensations here. And now imagine a warm light emanating from this space. You can imagine the light is actually a form of compassion, that it's healing, that it's soothing and comforting. And imagine in the center of this light, there's a flower bud, and it just begins to bloom and open. And this flower is also full of light. It's emanating light, and as it's blooming, it's opening, and the petals are falling off one by one, dissolving into light. And just try to feel this expanding, opening sensation in this space, and natural softening. What would it feel like if this part of your body could really bloom, really open, really radiate light? Just imagine it. Imagine this warmth permeating your whole being. And doing your best to stay relaxed. Breathing into your belly, slowly and gently. Breathing into this space wherever the anxiety feels centered. Allowing it to continue to open and soften. And just staying with whatever sensations are happening in the body. Staying with this visualization, this blooming flower of light. And imagine this light radiating warmth and care and a sense of safety all through your being. And there's just this sense that whatever you're experiencing is okay, even if it's uncomfortable. You can just be with the experience. You can even allow yourself to smile a little, just allowing your body to relax into the smile. What does it feel like to smile? And now bring this smile into your heart. Imagining what it would feel like if your heart could smile. And then bring this smile into wherever the anxiety feels centered. And we're not trying to change the anxiety. We're actually just smiling at it. We're welcoming it. We're just letting it be whatever it is in this moment. Validating it with this warm smile. And then finally, smiling with your whole being and just feeling this larger sense of beingness. And that whole being is light, it's smiling. And you can experience the anxiety can be there, but tune into this larger sense of self. That the anxiety is happening at one small point in a much larger sense of being, a larger, more spacious awareness. And just doing your best to rest in this larger, more expansive sense of awareness. Not trying to get rid of your anxiety, just letting it be there in this larger space. And finally, as we bring this practice to a close, just thank yourself. Just honor that you did this practice, that you showed up for yourself today. Regardless of what happened, you made that effort to be there for yourself. And see if you can appreciate that you doing this practice is actually a form of self-care, a form of self-compassion. So that's the practice. If you liked it, I have a lot more practices on my channel, a lot more to come. So please subscribe. I have a Patreon where twice a month I'm going to be doing live meditations, workshops, discussions, Q&As, all around these topics. So if that interests you, you can sign up for as little as $5 a month. And then you'll get access to this community where I'll explore this and many other topics that I explore on my channel and topics that I have also yet to explore on the channel. The Patreon also helps support me in making more of these videos, making this content more accessible to people. And so thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for your time. It was really lovely. I hope you stick around and explore more practices. See you next time.